and let us all do we can to build a better future.
All right. I want to be very clear because anything can happen between now when we clip this video and if and when this video truly does drop. Now, as it stands right now, according to Newsweek, until something does change, Tucker Carlson interviewed Vladimir Putin. Oh, no, he interviewed Putin. Heaven forbid, folks, a journalist interview somebody. Why would a journalist do their job in America? And even that fly to another country to interview another world leader? Who does that? Somebody who wants to be consistent and do groundbreaking interviews so that their audience and supporters can see it? What kind of crazy man does it? Well, former Fox News host Tucker Carlson, woogie boogie boogie liberals, interviewed Russian President Vladimir Putin, woogie boogie boogie liberals, during his visit to Moscow, according to a report online. Russian media outlets said Carlson visited the Russian capital, where he had been spotted at a Bolshoi theater. Kremlin-friendly outlet Izvestia posted a video of its journalist asking Carlson what he was doing in Russia, and if he would be interviewing Putin. To which he replied, "We'll see." Well, we'll see, right? Well, Alexei Venditikov, don't hunt me down, Alexei, editor-in-chief of the radio station Echo of Moscow, which was critical of the Kremlin before it closed during a clampdown on media freedoms, posted on X, formerly known as Twitter, but I like to call it Phoenix. Elon, call me. I got some great marketing ideas, okay? You still have the X, you can still have the bird, and instead of the blue bird, it's a red Phoenix Firebird. You could sell some plushies. Trust me on it, man. Put me in the game, coach. I'm ready for marketing. I'm ready for big brain ideas, man. If you want big brain ideas, talk to old Kit Kat. Anyways, back on point. As far as I understand, Tucker Carlson got what he wanted. Oh, no. The post was shared by Financial Times Moscow bureau chief Max Sidin, who wrote, Russian journalist gadfly Alexei Medvedev says Tucker Carlson has indeed interviewed Vladimir Putin while in Moscow. So the post was also shared by The Guardian correspondent Pietro Serra, who wrote, Tucker Carlson has managed to interview Putin. Oh, no, he interviewed Putin. Newsweek has not independently verified the report and has contacted the Carlson Network for comment by email. Carlson was the host of Tucker Carlson Tonight from 2016 to 2020. Fox News, I bet you're sorry you shot yourself in the foot when you fired the network, when you got fired from the network. He had been accused of No, listen, there's a lot of things I might disagree with Tucker Carlson with, but this right here, this is how you know the media sucks. He has been accused of he being Tucker, of echoing Kremlin rhetoric over the war in Ukraine, with comments seen as supportive of Putin and critical of the Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky, a stance that has earned him praise amongst Russian propagandists. Oh, my God. All right, so people are panicking. So I guess here, hold on. Jackson Hinkle, he dropped this. I kind of find this funny, an AI picture. Just to own the liberals, just to scare them. Oh, no. Heaven forbid a journalist do their job. So here, you want to laugh? Here's CNN. CNN panicking that somebody did their job. Shout out to Case Study QB. Listen, Case, I spoke to you face-to-face this week. I said it to your face too, man. I don't know what kind of stuff you're made out of, but you're made out of stronger stuff than me, sir. That's why I encourage everyone to please support Case Study QB. He's working on a lot of great projects. He's doing some good stuff. Just do it, okay? The man sits through this, and somehow he's still able to breathe air and drink water.
It's the man you see here with the MAGA leader, Donald Trump.
Oh, no.
Tucker Carlson. Possibly there in Moscow to interview Putin.
Oh,
Definitely there as a...
Heaven forbid, CNN, that you guys would interview a world leader. Right? Right? Here, let's rewind that again. Sorry. I'll play it in its full entirety. Just the way it's introduced. Here he is, speaking with Trump. Oh, no. And now he's going to interview Putin. Oh, no. Oh, no.
It's the man you see here with the MAGA leader, Donald Trump, Tucker Carlson. Possibly there in Moscow to interview Putin. Definitely there as a Putin-supporting celebrity. Just listen to...
When did he ever frickin' say that? When did Tucker Carlson ever say that he's a supporter of Putin? Or that he's all in board for Putin? When did he ever say that? When? Point me to the reference, CNN. This is why no one watches your network anymore. God. I'm so glad Carrie Lake owned you guys. CNN Plus. Oh, where's that at, CNN? Hey, CNN, $250 million. Where does that go? Give me $250 million. I'll show you what to do with it.
How Russian state media is breathlessly celebrating his visit.
Oh,
Independent journalist Tucker Carlson has flown to Russia from the U.S. via Turkey to Vnukovo Airport. He saw Spartacus Ballet at the Bolshoi Theater, had lunch in a nice restaurant, went for a ride around town, rode the subway.
So in other words, they're just saying like, hey, what Tucker Carlson did. You know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of that scene from Billy Madison when when the antagonist was saying what did he hired that guy to follow Billy, and it's like, well, Billy had lunch, Billy walked around the park. They're saying like what Tucker Carlson went had some lunch, Tucker Carlson walked around, he took the train. Okay, great. The Adventures of Tucker Carlson in Moscow, a story for all ages. I might as well make a little kid's book. Tucker goes to Moscow. It's just like him smiling. He's just going all over. He says, but Tucker wants to speak to his friend Putin. Where is Putin at? Putin is in his office. Putin, here's a phone call. Hi, Putin. Who is this? It's Tucker. How are you, Tucker? Let's have an interview. Okay. And Tucker met with Putin, and they had an interview, and then they had lunch. #1 bookseller. What am I doing this? Put me in the game, coach. I'm ready.
He charged his smartphone via USB port.
Okay, who cares?
And connected to a fast and free Wi-Fi internet.
He charged his phone, although they're knowing the details.
CNN. This is why people don't respect you anymore.
About the fact that it was during USB port may give him reason to think twice about all of this. But look at them talking about him like a celebrity. Everything he does on camera, breathlessly repeated. Now, it is unclear if an interview between Putin and Carlson will take place, but if it does, it gives Putin a chance to sit down with a big supporter.
Okay, first of all, he's not a supporter. When did Tucker Carlson go on air and say, I support Putin? When did he say that? At the same time, too, when a lot of people in independent media are smeared or pushed around, like how Jimmy Dore has been pushed around, or Russell Brand, or Joe Rogan, or RBN. All right? See, here's the thing. Tucker never said that.
Might be worth asking yourself, since it is getting pretty serious, what is this really about? Why do I hate Putin so much? Has Putin ever called me a racist? Has he threatened to get me fired for disagreeing with him? Does he eat dogs? These are fair questions, and the answer to all of them is no. Vladimir Putin didn't do any of that.
I'll actually always remember watching that clip. I was standing in Ukraine 48 hours before the war began there. Well, Carlson then stood by Putin.
She sounds jelly. Hey, let's have democracy in the chat. Type 1 for you think is she's doing her job, Kit. You awful sexist man. You bigoted person. What's wrong with you? She's doing her job. She's doing her job. This is journalism. How dare you? I type 2. No, she's jelly. She's angry because she would probably like to interview Putin.
Consistently all the way through. And that is why he can go to Moscow now without any fear of being summarily imprisoned. He's a hero. This was Putin.
When? Why? How? Tucker Carlson, yes, is a celebrity. There's no debate about that. But he's done groundbreaking interviews with everyone across the political spectrum, left and right. And to his credit, in comparison to his Fox News contemporaries, he actually allowed people who were even critical, who were on the left of the Democratic Party, of the Republican Party. Jimmy Dore changed Tucker Carlson's mind about Julian Assange.
Putin's mouthpiece in the United States, somebody who had turned a blind eye to the atrocities committed by Putin because they were happening far away. Once vibrant towns turned to ruins, mass graves with dozens of...
They're bringing this up. Hey, by the way, you do realize that it's a stalemate now. It's nothing but madness and insanity. And, when Trump was on CNN, I'm very glad that Trump said, hey, I want people to stop dying. I want people to stop dying. I know, what a controversial statement. Maybe have the war stop so people stop dying. Heaven forbid. Heaven forbid.
Bodies in the Kyiv suburbs, a theater full of innocent women and children sheltering, bombed, despite the giant world children written on the roof. More than 200,000 Ukrainian soldiers killed or injured. And tonight, Putin is trying to seize on the fact that Zelensky's military appears to be in turmoil, capitalizing on it.
Why is that, CNN? Maybe it's because there's been a lot of corruption. CNN? Maybe, I don't know, do your job right. I want to pull up this video here from Nico House. Here. Sorry I had you guys get abused by CNN. Here, Nico, take it away.
And the U.S. has collectively lost their fucking minds because of it. It seems like some in mainstream politics and media have this gut-wrenching fear that Tucker Carlson might interview Putin and do some real journalism. Now, the interview itself would be a big deal because of who Putin is and who Tucker is, but it's also a big deal for another reason. Tucker tried to do this before when he worked for Fox News, and the NSA, that's right, the U.S. government got involved, started literally going through this man's personal emails and basically forced Fox News to pull the plug on the interview. So now you have weirdos like Bill Kristol saying that Tucker Carlson shouldn't be able to re-enter the country, bruh, just because he's in Russia. And they don't even know why he's there because technically, as of right now, the Kremlin has denied any interview that may or may not take place. Now, all these people in the mainstream don't want Tucker Carlson to interview Vladimir Putin because he's a quote-unquote enemy of the United States. But this is a new phenomenon, I assure you, because before, we would champion journalists who are willing to engage with perceived adversaries.
Remember that? Remember we used to do journalism? I want to pull up this super chat here because it still resonates right here. John Mitchell, thank you so much for the $5. Kit, can't you see the evil in how Tucker Carlson was allowed to walk around Moscow and be a tourist? Pure evil. Evil.
Of the United States. For example, here's Larry King while working for CNN interviewing Muammar Gaddafi.
Gaddafi? How? Larry, say it ain't so.
Right? Could you imagine CNN actually doing an interview with Muammar Gaddafi today? It's Pulitzer Prize winner and former CNN journalist Peter Arnett discussing his interview with Osama bin Laden. Yup, that same Osama bin Laden. And yet, he didn't catch any flack for it. In fact, he was celebrated for it in just one of the most famous interviews on the planet. Now, we already know that journalism has in some ways always been under attack. But now more than ever, they don't want you to hear anything from the other side. And do you wonder why that may be? Well, in this particular case, you have the most famous journalist on Twitter going to interview one of the most powerful world leaders right after Ukraine has basically gotten their asses handed to them. And Putin effectively came out on top. And I think that he might have a bone to pick with the Western world and the propaganda that they've put out regarding Russia in its fight against the neo-Nazi regime in Ukraine. But effectively, all Tucker Carlson would be doing is maintaining a time-honored tradition by other journalists. But he is being attacked for potentially doing the exact same type of work other mainstream journalists like Larry King and Peter Arnett have done. So is it really about the journalism, or is it about NATO in the United States getting exposed in more lies? Because they know that now people's eyes and hearts are open and are willing to hear the other perspective.
I think that's important. We need to hear the other perspective. And here's a video from Hotspot. Tucker Carlson leaves Russia with his recording equipment. Looks like we can expect an interview soon. Hold on. Listen, liberals. Listen, liberals. Listen, liberals. You're going to be okay. You're going to be okay. Oh, heaven forbid. Heaven forbid. Heaven forbid he does his job. Heaven forbid. I want to pull up this little segment here. Just one more segment. Just one more segment here. Russell Brand. Heaven forbid that there was dogs in Russia. So let's pull up this video here too. Just a few short minutes of this because it's just ridiculous how right now I'm looking on social media, people are having a meltdown of Tucker Carlson interviewing Putin. Okay, great. You know what that is? That's awesome content because then guess what? I get to talk about it. So, hey, libs. Hey, triggered people. Good. I hope I could talk about this. Very good. I want to. I hope it's like a 2-hour long interview. It'll be the greatest thing ever. It'll be a good birthday present for old Kit Kat. Why not?
Tucker Carlson's a journalist. A journalist has every right to speak to a world leader.
Oh, Billy Boy. Isn't that great? Isn't that great? Billy Boy's just triggered. He's just triggered, right? Shout out again to Russell Brand, who's also wrongly being censored. Ukraine war live updates. Tucker Carlson reportedly seen leaving from CNBC. Putin's office. Tensions rise at Russian-held nuclear power plant. Oh my goodness. The plot continues to thicken over the presence of U.S. journalist Tucker Carlson in Moscow, with pro-Kremlin media trying to track his movements around Russia's capital. Tucker Carlson goes to Moscow. A story for all ages. With speculation rife over Carlson's reasons for being in Russia, there are rumors that he could be in the country to interview, you guessed it, you know him, you fear him, America's second Saturday morning cartoon villain, Vladimir Putin. Russian state media reported late Wednesday that the car allegedly being used by the former Fox News host has been spotted leaving the president's office. Okay, well, maybe he wanted to do a selfie at the Russian president's building, you know? You never know. He could have. He could have. Oh, heaven forbid that the Simpsons prophecy comes true and Lenin just smashes out of his tomb and says, must crush capitalism. Arg. So what can we take away from this? So until the interview drops, everyone calm down. Now, I don't know. Maybe he did interview him. Maybe he didn't. Maybe he's trolling people. Maybe Putin are in on it together, right? Maybe Putin just gave him the middle finger. Who knows? Who knows? I kind of do hope, secretly, knew it openly, that he did interview Putin, because then I'm going to talk about it. So that's the best thing ever. So everyone calm down, have a cup of tea. We're going to be talking about this for maybe a week, and then the next big thing is going to attract our attention. So everyone calm down, stop crying, stop panicking. You'll live to see the next day, okay? So just be okay. It'll be fine. The world won't end. It's still going to suck. The economy still sucks. But we have each other. And isn't that what really matters? The answer is yes.